specialty. I get incentive to stream when I'm going back and forth to people.
No, like, I mean, do I want to go back and forth for academics? No. Do I want to wrestle behind the target? No. Like,
Wrestle?
I'm a woman. That is ridiculous.
Oh, there we go.
That's the craziest part.
There we go. She hits the I'm a woman card.
Yeah.
Check out. Once again, ladies and gentlemen.
Can't do that.
You know.
Is you tough or not? Are you tough or not? That I agree with. I agree. I'm with the academics on this. He forgave Mona. Academics forgave Mona and squashed his beef with Mona. He squashed his beef in a very, very academics kind of way. I guess they back friends or something.
As well. Her name is Mona. I want to give a really quick lesson. And this is a lesson of sometimes biting off a little bit too much more than you could chew. Punching up, cloud chasing, hoping that you could galvanize a hate mob for your own benefit, but not understanding that maybe the person you're constantly talking about has an audience that probably likes him too. The person on my screen, her name is Mona. Don't know her too well. I've only heard a few things about her. None good. They describe her with certain terms that I haven't verified, but if you hear the amount of people willing to testify, you'd be astonished. These are the terms they call her: a crackhead, pillhead, drug addict, basically a sick old lady, and they call her, lastly, a scammer. All of those things I could explain for 15 to 20 minutes, but I'm going to save you the story today. I'm not a bully, and I want to make this abundantly clear, because what usually happens, and I, you know, it's kind of unfortunate that I've developed a reputation by some that they're like, yo, Act just likes to pick on women. And I'm like, you know, in most cases, I've never just picked on women. And in the idea of picking on women, or he just likes to pick on women, I pretty much treat everybody the same. I kind of go hard at the dudes. I tried to fight Lil Baby. I gave him an address. I pulled up there. Nigga never came. I've asked him to do a boxing match. I've said everything in a book about him. He tried to send somebody to swing on me. Again, the idea that I just only have energy for women is absolutely laughable. But I get it. You know, when people don't like you, they're not going to just be fair. We could go through the Meek Mill saga. We could go through, like, you know, I've had countless, you know, just situations where I'm not seeing eye to eye with male entertainers. But nevertheless, people, you know, if I say, yo, the city girls are whack, or if I say, like, oh, this girl, she's acting like she's a fucking, you know, concubine for Diddy, everyone's like, you're bullying the females. I get it. Now, no matter what.
I ain't gonna lie, I felt like that about academics. When I first came around, when I first started posting on this channel, yeah, I felt like academics. I mean, because it's interesting. The internet can paint a picture any way they want, whatever the particular narrative is. Like, it could flip tomorrow. Academics could say the right thing to the right person where everybody's on his side, and then the next day say the wrong thing to the wrong person and everybody's on their side. But as I watch him more and a lot of the other internet personalities, I noticed that most people at least try to be somewhere fair and balanced, but the algorithm catches you wherever it catches you. If it catches you when you was yelling at a woman as opposed to when you was yelling at a man, that's going to be the wave, you know? And it's easier for most people to say, look at him, always attacking a woman. And I kind of felt that way. Just I was watching a wave. But as I actually watch people, it's I don't make such rash decisions on people anymore after truly taking in their content. If I really haven't consumed their content, it's hard to make that decision from one or two pieces of content. Much like Anton Daniels, everybody calls him a sexist and what Corey called him, kissing white ass. You know what I'm saying? Everybody call him the white ass kiss and all that other stuff. But when you consume his content, it's very rarely derogatory towards black people. In fact, most of his stories, I'd say about 80% of his stories, have nothing to do with black people. And his audience is largely black. So it's not like he's not talking to the people. But once again, I think Academics gets caught up in the algorithm. If you caught him on one of his, one of his waves when he was talking poorly about women, you'd probably develop that opinion. Here we go.
Reputation, which I don't particularly like it, I still have to protect myself, right? And I do feel like some people get in a mode where they feel like they could say anything about me because maybe I have a bigger following. But even more than that is and I want people to understand my psyche too. One of the reasons, if you want to Ak is controversial. They love saying that. Ak is controversial. I'm not controversial. Me defending myself is controversial, right? I seen the bum on Hot 97. He's like, yo, people like Ak should be bullied. Nobody had a problem with that. But
he's shooting a mirror.
If I respond, yo, Ak, why are you doing that? So you get to realize when people don't like you, the only thing you could do is drop down and die. I've responded and I've defended myself, and that's how I've carved myself away in this media game. This woman here, in the midst of having, 5 strokes back to back. It was like a rolling stroke. I don't know what was going on. For 6 years, I didn't know who she was.
Did he say a rolling stroke? Is that a medical term? Somebody let me know.
Have no idea who she was. She sat on her podcast or other people's podcasts, and anytime my name was mentioned, she chose to unleash violence. She never knew me. She never talked to me. I never addressed her. She would call me all sort of names. She would wish harm on me. She would hope people would do something to me. She would speak with a manner of hoping I died. I hope that's abundantly clear. Oh, you talking about Chicago, man? You wouldn't go out there. Somebody got to pull up. That's how she spoke about me for years. I ignored.
Meaning she said a lot about, wait till they catch you outside type stuff.
I understand this game. I don't like it. I understand it. Connecting the stories, I know I'm probably getting a little bit long-winded, but I'll try to get through this quick because we got a lot of topics. The reason why I respond to rappers, and by the way, I take all credit. I hope he gives me the credit. Well, you got to give me the credit. I take all credit for this whole 22 stir shit. That's Ak. Come on, let's be honest. Even Vlad now having an opinion, that's Ak. I remember sitting there and telling Vlad, I said, Vlad, you can't let these motherfucking rappers keep saying you're the police when they get locked up. Because maybe in 1% of the cases, they did use your video for like some court shit. But the rest of the shit has nothing to do with you. They're driving a narrative and they're starting to kick your back in. It's affecting your business. You can't get interviews. At that time, no one wanted to be on Vlad's couch. No one wanted to be on his couch. He was seen as straight up the police. Even his own friends stopped going on his podcast because of pressure from other people. And I said, Vlad, you have to defend yourself.
You talking about Lord Jamal Godfrey?
Let this narrative go on. And again, he's not perfect, but you got to defend yourself when you're innocent. He started doing that. These days, I looked up, Vlad got an interview with 42 Doug. And Vlad is one of the highest viewed, media personalities currently.
All because of you. Okay.
So I'm telling you why you have to respond. But I started to respond because it was a bunch of fledgling. I can't remember the word. Or not remember the word. I can't say it. But a bunch of failing rappers, bottom feeders, that when they were dropping an album and they need to galvanize some type of attention, they would do okay, what's the last ditch? Let's diss Akademiks. They seen many examples. They seen, I think if anyone looks at Vic Mensa and says, we sat afterwards, we have no problem. But if you went down the top 3 viral moments of his career, it was an interaction with me and him. If they always post a Nipsey Hussle clip. There's something about when you say something about Akademiks, it galvanizes all the people I've offended, all my haters, and they rally behind it. We've just seen it. I proved it in real time with Mano. Mano when me and him was going back and forth, when he was posting on Instagram, 4,000, 5,000 comments, everybody gassing him up. Yes, yeah, Joe, you got.
But that's part of having fans. You gotta have enemies too. You gotta have anti-fans. You know, technically, that's just more cheers. It's like when a team has an away game, those boos, that's the same thing as cheers. That means you're doing well and they hate you.
Run into that nigga. His engagement, I was shocked by. I was like, oh my God, this guy is hot. Is he? We go on Mano's page, nobody's talking about him anymore. Other than when he's getting at 50. Like we showed, like the regular post, nobody's talking about him, right? So that is a thing where people try to get some attention by trying to appeal to people who don't like you. And a lot of people don't like me. But then there's upcoming creators or rappers, they'll try to rally that or, parlay that into promotion and trying to start a career for themselves. So I've known this game too easily. I try not to respond no more, but enough gets enough. So this failure of not only a human being, but a podcaster started mentioning me in the most negative light for over 6 years. And I'm only saying 6 years because that's when it came on my radar. I was like, who the fuck is this? Who's this white woman that's talking about me like this?
Don't call it that.
What ended up happening was she gets hired by Joe Budden after she was let go by Dave Mays over there by Breakbeat Media. This is the second time she was let go from something. She was let go from Gillian Wallow. They didn't want that energy. This is a woman who basically masquerades with the masculine energy that men who usually have podcasts, and I get what Joe is doing. Joe is trying to tap into the female audience, wants a female voice on there. We see Melissa Ford just left, so you're trying to do that. I get it. You could placate and pander, whatever, cool. So I know why she's there. But I'm never a hater. I'm over here. Y'all see I put on a jersey. I come over here and drop 65. I keep telling y'all, this is the Jordan year. You put me, you know what I would love? I wish we had a playoffs when it comes to this broadcasting shit. Put me on the mic, Charlamagne on the mic, Joe on the mic, whoever y'all claim is the top media niggas, and let's argue. We should do it twice a year about everything in the culture, and we should have the people score it. Who's really the best with ideas, delivery, everything. I have the full confidence in myself. I go 1 versus a million now. So I'm never jealous, or I don't care, like, okay, this crackhead just got hired at Joe Budden's podcast. I love what Joe's doing. Joe's putting all these niggas to work. I love it. I thought she would have realized, Joe's my guy, right? Joe's my guy. We had one of the most successful hip-hop shows of all time, one of the most impactful, but nevertheless, me and Joe, no matter what you think, me and Joe, I would never go against Joe. However, I can't police who he puts on his platform, and I can't police what they say. But I would think that she would know, okay, nobody's listened to you when you're talking about me for 6 years. You were off the radar. She gets on Joe's show, and she still has that same nasty rhetoric, throwing all type of mud and all type of dirt when it comes to my name. Now, the reason I responded is what y'all don't know, and I still look at it like this. You see, because me and Joe share the show, I always look at it like a Venn diagram. We got chat niggas here. We got hard Joe Budden fans here. But there's that little middle ground where people go right in between. All right, Axe said this, Joe said this. It's like that everyday struggle group. So, when I see someone on his broadcast specifically saying wild crazy shit, this is why I was going to get at Mark too. I need to respond. So she starts, again, she just gets hired. I haven't spoken about her. I don't care if she gets a job. She needs something to, support the crack habit. Kicking my back and just saying all type of wild stuff. She's mentioned me doing the war in Chirac, something over 10 years ago. Not that whatever she's saying, I won't stand behind or I won't discuss, but she just has this really nasty hate. Butts into every conversation, tries to talk over people, doesn't know when the joke is done, doesn't know how to jump in and out of conversation, and it seems like she wants to talk like a man. So she starts talking about me, and it's in the most disgusting way you can find, and I say, I'm going to give it a chance. Joe probably hasn't given her the training class. You see, Joe got a lot of shit going on. She got to take the class. Okay, cool. Then I hear another thing. I'm like, all right. Then about the third or fourth mention, I said, you know what? When someone is still dying for attention, maybe this will get her a raise over there. Let me give you the attention you want. You notice most of the people I go back and forth with, they just ignore me after a while. You know why? Because I don't like to stop. Ruri and Millie Maw, shit, say my name in the room 3 times. Them niggas might run out. Either that or the
She the Candyman?
and the respect they put on my name now was not what they used to do before I got at their ass. So, I'm listening to this woman and I'm like, okay. I do my research on her because I got to be prepared for anything. I found out, you know, she has severe health problems.
Take it easy.
And found out she was a drug addict. Found
Allegedly.
Out she was a scammer.
Allegedly.
I dressed her about 2 or 3 times. And I see her run to Joe Budden's show, and she's damn near crying. Yo, Joe, your guy is getting at me. Now, granted, she didn't run to nobody for the many years when she was getting at me. Then all of a sudden, I'm here to announce she's waving or wove the white flag. Listen to her in her
Waved.
own words.
This kind of shit has to have a line. And there's really not no line on it. There's a video out right now of Akademiks saying, you know, that's why she had a seizure. The bitch on her 5th stroke. At one point he go, yeah, I seen that video of her talking about, oh, that's fucked up. You talking about my stroke. No, bitch, I talk about kids. I talk about everything. I ain't never laying off you to that. I never said that. What I said is when you say, ha, you had a stroke, you almost died, or this shit 5th stroke or whatever, it takes the fun out of it. Where it's like, I don't.
It wasn't fun for me. It wasn't fun for me when you were trying to galvanize the audience, say, how do y'all let him talk like this? Why don't somebody put hands on him? Like, yo, he would have got chin checked if he was out here. That wasn't, that was fun? So now when I talk about you on your last breath and you about to be on life support, now it's not fun, huh?
I don't have nothing to come back on. Like, it's just kind of corny. That's what I said.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, it's not.
No, you just lost.
Like super shocking. You know, the thing about being super famous is people get to watch the evolution of you from all the way back to because I didn't know the Chirac stuff. I had to hear about that. But what's the show him and Joey was on?
Oh yeah, it was on Complex.
The Complex show they had Everyday Struggle. The viral clip with Erykah Badu where she calls him Tom and Jerry. It was funny. It was lighthearted. You know what I mean? And then it's Erykah Badu. Like, niggas love Erykah Badu.
Yeah, and then he went out his way. Yeah,
and
I forgot about that.
10, 15 years later, he go on her. She a whore. I know all the niggas you fuck.
Yeah, I don't really like this. Once you get engaged with me, just plan for the worst. I don't care if nobody likes me.
It's like, oh, you one of them niggas. Like, that shit sound on your chest and you feel away. You go.
Yeah, I mean, you can't control how somebody reacts. You did start with him. You did start with him before he ever said anything about you. Is that how I would have responded? Absolutely no. Some people joke like that. Some people go super duper hard. You be like, hey, look at your shoes. They be like, oh, your mama dead. You be like, damn. I was just playing. But, you know, he like, don't play with me. All right.
On that Erykah Badu. And you know what happened?
No, the Erykah Badu thing, I didn't say anything afterwards. She actually even tried to follow me. I just had no reason to try to be friend with this woman. Something else came up that she once again mentioned me. I have no reason to ever communicate with you again, and I don't care who respects her. I'm gonna speak my mind. Like, this ain't a monolith. I don't care what y'all think about Shorty.
The incense that she sells sold out. Like, her tickets sold. That's and that's another thing. You know how I know he's talking about me? Because my numbers go up. Like, TikTok check go up. Everything goes up. It's so crazy. Like, so I don't.
So here's the thing. I like you say that. If the numbers go up, let's keep going back and forth. It's my favorite. It's my specialty. I get incentive to stream when I'm going back and forth to people.
No, like, I mean, do I want to go back and forth for Akademiks? No. Do I want to wrestle behind the target? No. Like,
Russell?
I'm a woman. That is ridiculous.
Oh, there we go.
That's the craziest part.
There we go. She hits the I'm a woman card.
Yeah.
Check out. once again, ladies and gentlemen,
Can't do that.
you know,
Is you tough or not? Are you tough or not? That I agree with. I agree. I'm with the academics on this. Are you thugging or not?
don't step into that space of like, kind of getting at people if you're gonna pull that card. This is a weak white flag, one that I literally will just wipe my ass with, but I'll throw it back over the fence. I'll leave you alone, shorty. Since now you're saying, "Oh, I'm a woman. Why is he getting at me like that?" Even though there's undertones of much other things.
Back up for academics? No. Do I want to wrestle behind the target? No. Like, I'm a woman. That is ridiculous.
That diabetic shock knocking on his door.
That's the craziest part about it.
Wide face, nigga.
The craziest part about it is that you making fun of me
Robo
about
block
having a
space,
stroke,
nigga.
but you're not very healthy. I could see if you were like a healthy guy and you worked out like.
You got to fight back with your jokes. I don't shit. If we both fat and I call you fat, you should call me fat back. Like, listen, hey, with all respect, and I love my man Drake, but I'll tell you this. I'm not the nigga that is like, no, go do what you got to do, because I'm going to do what I got to do.
Bro, you look a little strokish. I almost want to give you some tips. Because, like, when your blood pressure go up real high, you'll stroke out. You know what I mean? And that was my thing. I was, like, stressed out. But I don't know. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say back. I don't feel like it. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like,
As he pours liquor and
it's corny to me. Like, but
I'll tell you what you should say back, shorty. You wave the white flag, sit the fuck on that Joe Budden podcast, play your fucking role, shut up when Ice and Ish talk, and when Mark talks, y'all all should be quiet. And when Joe talk, that's money. That's the point. The white flag has been woven. I'm not trying to. I
Waved.
just had to give you a taste of your medicine. I did it for a month. You did it for 6 years. I'll leave you alone now. I'll leave you alone. But I don't want to hear my name coming out of your mouth no more. I don't want to hear my name. I'm telling you, I'm letting it go. There's never a time. These people that talk about, there's never a time like, what did Mona say about this? This bitch is retarded, man. Like, come on. I'm going to leave you alone. I got nothing more after this broadcast to say about you. And I get it. At times, I am in the news that is inseparable from me being a personality. I get it. I'm not saying you can't ever speak about me, but if you continue with the
personal shots, attacks,
wild
accusations,
disrespect that's unwarranted, I got wild disrespect that's unwarranted too. Except I think I know how to make it pretty good. So we could keep it like that. I'll accept your white flag, and I think we'll move on from here. All right. You could have went the Mark Lamont Hill route. Mark said, "Hey, listen, I really got no problems with act. Maybe I should da. For me, I felt like it was a pretty decent. I said, all right, cool, got no problems with you. Bygones can be bygones. You want to wave the white flag? That's fine as well. Let's just part ways here. But please, as Birdman would say, put some fucking respect on my name the next time my name comes up. Okay? Thank you. And I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, chat. Let's move on. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about here.
go ahead, Act.